Hi, y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. I have a look at that. Anyway, hi. Um, I've been putting this off for a while because I felt like I needed to have everything figured out first, but I don't. And I think that's the point of this. Okay. So this was a little awkward because I've been overthinking starting this podcast for a while, but now I'm finally doing it. So, with that being said, welcome to Soft Spirals, which is basically just a space for all the thoughts that start off small and then they spiral a little bit. I'm Ciara, and honestly, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but once again, I think that's the point of this. This is going to feel like talking to myself, but also talking to you, like we're just sitting together, figuring life out in real time. A bit about me: I'm an art teacher. I just finished up my MPA, and I'm also building a creative brand at the same time, I think. I've been wanting to start a podcast for a long time, but I kept putting it off because I felt like I needed the perfect name, the perfect plan, the perfect niche. And the reality is, I don't have everything figured out at all. I think a lot of people in their 20s feel this pressure to have a clear path, and I don't. I mean, I have interests, I have ideas and goals, but not a perfectly mapped out life. I'm 27, turning 28 on May 7th. So if you're listening to this before my birthday, I'm just going to take this as an early birthday gift. So thank you. But yeah, I'm still in my 20s. I'm not 30 yet. Okay, I'm not 30. And I still don't have everything figured out. I'm in a really transitional phase, like finishing school, thinking about my career, trying to figure out what I actually want my life to look like. And I think I just needed a space where I could process that out loud instead of keeping everything in my head. I wanted to create a space where I can talk about building a creative life, building your dream life, navigating career shifts, and just figuring things out in real time. Not from a place of I made it, but from a place of I'm becoming. I don't want this to feel like I'm teaching anything. I just want this to feel real? Like, you don't have to have everything together to still be becoming who you're supposed to be. So, this podcast is going to be a mix of a lot of things. Some episodes will be about creativity, whether that's making money from art or just nurturing that part of yourself, career growth and transitioning into something new, routines, realistic soft life, mental resets, and just honest conversations about life. Some episodes will be more reflective, some will be fun, some will probably be a little chaotic, and some will just be me talking or talking with friends about whatever's on my mind. Okay, so speaking of talking about whatever's on my mind, I realized I needed a space for the thoughts that don't fully connect or the ones that just pop up at 2 a.m. and refuse to leave. So this segment is going to be called Scrambled Eggs. I don't even really like eggs like that, y'all. But anyway, that's honestly what my brain feels like most of the time: scrambled eggs. Anyway, I've been thinking about how strange it is that we're expected to have our lives figured out in our 20s when we literally just got here. Like, I heard someone say once that your 20s are basically the teenage years of your adulthood. And that has stuck with me ever since because it makes so much sense. You go from high school to suddenly being a real adult, whatever that means. And then it's like, okay, now figure out your career, your finances, your identity, your purpose all at once. And it's not that those things aren't possible, they are. But realistically, most of us are still learning, still experimenting, still making questionable decisions, if we're being honest. I mean, I wasn't sitting around at 20 building a 5 year plan. I was thinking about what I was wearing the next day, where I was going that weekend, and just enjoying the freedom of finally being on my own. And I think about it like high school, like how you look at your freshman self from senior year and you're like, wow, I've grown. My perspective is different. What I care about is different. That's how my mid to late 20s feel compared to my early 20s. Like, I get it now. Not everything, but more than I did before. And when I meet people who are in that early phase, it's not judgment at all, it's perspective. Like, you're having fun, and I love that for you. But I personally cannot participate. I have bills now. Consequences feel louder. So, yeah, I really do think your 20s are just your adolescence part two, just with more responsibility and less supervision. And maybe we're not behind. Maybe we're just exactly where we're supposed to be in the process of figuring it out. I don't fully know what this podcast is going to become yet, but I think that kind of makes it exciting. This is just me figuring things out in real time and letting you be a part of that. So if you're also in your draft mode era, trying things, evolving things, not fully having it all figured out, you're in the right place. And yeah, this is Soft Spirals. I'll talk to you in the next episode.